purport by His Divine Grace Suhotra Swami, Prabhupada Ki Jai. All respectable personalities present here, I beg the blessings of all of you that I may perpetually carry on my crown the dust of the lotus feet of such Brahmanas and Vaishnavas until the end of my life. He who can carry such dust on his head is very soon relieved of all the reactions which arise from sinful life, and eventually he develops all good and desirable qualities. Report. It is said that one who has unflinching faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which means unflinching faith in the Vaishnavas, or the pure devotee of the Supreme Lord, develops all the good qualities of the demigods. Yasyasti bhakyar bhagavat yudhinchana sarvaya gunais tattva samasta suraha from Srimad Bhagavatam 5:18-12. Lord Maharaj also said, Naisham Natistava Guru Brahman Kri from Srimad Bhagavatam 7:5-32. Unless one takes the dust of the lotus feet of pure Vaishnava on one's head, one cannot understand what the Supreme Personality of Godhead is. And unless one knows the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one's life remains imperfect. A great soul has fully surrendered to the Supreme Lord after understanding Him fully, and after repeatedly undergoing austerities and penances for many, many lives, is very rare. The crown of a king is simply a big load. If the king or head of the state does not actually bear the dust of the lotus feet of Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. In other words, if the no king like Krishna Maharaj does not follow the instructions of Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, or does not follow the Brahminical culture, he is simply a burden on the state, for he cannot benefit the citizens. Maharaj Krishna is a perfect example of an ideal chief executive. Desham aham pada saro jaremo arya bahirya kiritamayam yam nityadati vrata asupapam nashatyam sarvagunamachanji. Our respectable personalities present here, I beg the blessings of all of you that I may perpetually carry on my crown the dust of the lotus feet of such Brahmanas and Vaishnavas until the end of my life. He who can carry such dust on his head is very soon relieved of all the reactions which arise from sinful life, and eventually he develops all good and desirable qualities. So in the Vedic literature, we read of one great king named Trishanku. So Trishanku, being a king, he also wanted the blessings of the Brahmanas, the foremost of Brahmanas, Vashishta Muni. So he came before Vashishta Muni with a request. My dear Brahmana, you are the spiritual master of the Ikshvaku dynasty, and I am king in that dynasty. So you are my guru, and I have come before you with a humble request that you please place me in the heavenly planet. I am a good man. I have performed pious deeds throughout my whole life. There is no one who can say anything against me. So therefore I have come now, asking you to please arrange for my due reward that I now go to this Varga Loka. So Vashishta Muni replied, yes, certainly you are qualified to go to heaven. So you just continue performing your pious activities according to the Vedic injunction. And I guarantee as your spiritual master that upon leaving this body, you'll enter the Svarga Loka. Maharaj Trishanku said, Guru Maharaj, I don't think you understood me. Actually, I want to go to heaven now in this body. So Vasishtha Muni says, well, this is not the system. The system, as arranged by the Supreme Lord, is that in this human form of life, this is the karmasthana, you accumulate karma. It may be good, it may be bad, it may be mixed, it may be nice karma, transcendental. And after giving up this body, then you will receive the result by the grace of Guru. From your Guru, I am giving you that blessing. All the good works that you have done in this lifetime, they will fructify in the heavenly planet after you give up this body. No, but you are a spiritual master, you are Vedic authority, you are Rishi, you have power. So, you can make adjustment. That may be the system. But I am your dearmost disciple. I am the king. Who can be more dear to you than me? So you can make adjustment for my sake. And Vasishtha Muni replied, Your Majesty, as spiritual master, I simply follow the ways of the Lord. He has established a system like this. He has ordained this in the Vedic Shastra. So do not look to me as Brahmana. I am representative of Lord Hari. Don't look to me as someone who can meddle in the affairs of the Lord and change things just on your request. So then Maharaj Sridhar said, well then what kind of guru are you? Then I'll go elsewhere. You're useless to me. So then he was thinking, where can I find a guru as powerful as Vasishtha Muni? Then he thought, oh, he has 100 sons. So they're all performing austerities, they're his sons, they've learned everything from him. And plus they are the younger generation. Younger generation tends to be revolutionary. Maybe father won't do, but son will do. So he was calculating like that. So he went before the 100 sons and he put his request. I want to go to heaven in this body. And they said, where did you get such an idea? And they said, he said, I just thought of it. I just thought this was good. After all, I have so much punya. So why not? Why can't I go? Why did you come to us with such a crazy request? Well, first I asked your father, Vasishtha, he refused. So he refused and then you come to us? Yes, I thought, you would try to outdo your father. So then they became very angry. They were actually good sons of their father. And they cursed him. You become Chanda. So suddenly he lost his fair appearance. He became dark with sinful activities. All his nice golden ornaments became iron. Also his cloth became dark, black. So he was king of Ayodhya, a descendant of Sri Ramchandra, so coming in that line. Actually he was before Ramchandra, but coming in that line of Ikshvaku. So he went to Ayodhya, and the citizens, everyone looked. What is this Chandal coming dressed as king, but with iron ornament, iron crown? He said, I am Trishanku, get out, get out. You are Chandal, whatever you used to be, now you are Chandal. Don't come in here, you'll not sit on the throne, get out. So they kicked him out in the forest, and he was wandering, homeless. And then he happened to find Vishramita Muni, who was performing severe austerities. So Vishramita Muni happened to be, for a long, long, long time, the arch competitor of Vasishtha Muni. So when King Trishanku saw Vishramita Muni, he thought, well, I'll ask the same thing. He's a great sage. So he put forward the same request. Now in Chandal Muni, may I go to heaven? And Vishramita Muni began a similar reply. What? Don't you understand the system? This is not possible. Why are you asking such a question? And then Trishanku, he shrugged his shoulders and he said, all right, I've heard this already. Vasishtha Muni, he said the same thing. So I'll just go, what? I said, Vasishtha Muni, Vasishtha, what did he say? Well, he said the same thing. He said, no one can go to heaven in this body. began a big yajna. Very, very, very elaborate yajna, chanting the Vedic mantras perfectly, doing everything perfect. So Indra himself appeared. This is how expert a Hotri this Vishwamitra was. The Indra personally appeared. Yes, great sage. You have performed perfect hotra to me, so what do you want? You see this man? Trishankar Chanda. Yes, I see him. Now you take him to heaven. Right now, in this body. Just bring him up. Oh no. Indra said, sorry, you made a very nice yajna, but this is too much. We'll not agree to this. And then Indra disappeared. So then Vishwamitra said, then I'll do it by my power, by my Shakti. So he touched water, he chanted mantra, and he focused all of his tapava, his power of tapasya upon that Chanda, and lifted him up into the antariksha, the outer space. He went flying like these rockets today. And he was approaching the Indralok. Now the Indralok, of course, it is compared to even the most advanced society you can say today, whatever it may be, America, West Germany, whatever you may say, Indralok far, far surpasses. There's no comparison. So whatever you see here in terms of modern technology, there you see much more perfect, much more elaborate arrangements. So there is also some kind of radar screen. They can see who is approaching from long, long distance. And then they notify. They call in. Alert! Some unauthorized living entity is approaching our planet. And so then all his soldiers get ready. And Indra, who is the leader, he's notified. Messenger comes. Someone is coming. Someone is approaching our planet. Who is that? Is it Bali, the demon? No, no. Who is it? It is one black man, one Chanda. Chanda! Oh, that Trishankar. This Vishwamitra is sending him by his own power. But I am also powerful. So then he sent a negative Shakti, a negative Drishti, and bounced him back to the earth planet. So then Trishankar came falling. Ah, help! Vishwamitra, I'm falling! And then Vishwamitra, sent him back up. And so like this ping pong, going back and forth between earth and Indralok. So finally, after 2-3 times, this Trishankar, as he was coming back again, the second, third time, he was calling out, Vishwamitra, please, I don't want to go to heaven now. Just, let's stop this now. Let's forget about it. I'm sorry I ever had this desire. Now let me just settle peacefully on earth and just, if I can't be king, I'll be a beggar. I'm happy now. Just to live my normal life, whatever it may be here on earth. But Vishwamitra, he was determined. No, because he was thinking of this Vashishta. Vashishta said, he cannot go to heaven. So he was determined, no, all right, if Indra won't let you in, then I will create. This is one of the Astasiddhis, powerful yogi. He can create a planet, create or destroy. So I will create Trishankar. So by his mystic potency, he manifested in the heavenly region, one very nice, opulent, heavenly planet. And he put the Trishankar Chandal there. But after having done all that, all of this display of Shakti, suddenly, just as that planet was there, Trishankar was placed on it, he exhausted all of his tapo power. And that planet, you see, because it has to be maintained, it has to be kept in a particular orbit. So when he used up all his tapo bala, that planet began to fall. And the falling of this planet was caused for great alarm to the whole universe. This meant devastation was coming of cosmic proportions. So all the demigods, Lord Brahma, everyone, including Vishwamitra, of course, himself, they began to call out to the Supreme, Lord Hari, help us! So then Lord Vishnu, he appeared. He said, all right. Since you, Vishwamitra, have made this planet, then I, by my potency, will keep it aloft in its rightful place. I will add it to the cosmic manifestation. But I warn you, do not enter into this area. This is my area. Manifesting the universe, putting the planets where they should be, maintaining them in their orbits. I am the maintainer of this universe. This is Vishnu. So don't step into my area. If you do that, it will simply create havoc. Don't imitate. So, I told this story because here, Maharaj Prithu is saying, as king, I want to have the dust of the lotus feet of the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas on my head. Now, this Maharaj Trishanku, apparently, that's what he wanted, isn't it? He went to Vishishta Muni to get his blessings. He went also to the sage Vishwamitra Muni for his blessings. So, but still, how did this story come up? Great disturbance, great havoc. So why? Because he was seeking the wrong kind of blessings. Instead of seeking service to Krishna, the blessing of being able to serve Krishna, he actually wanted to imitate. He was on the wrong path. The Bhakti Marg, the path of pure devotional service, that is the actual Vedic path. That is the actual Vedic path. And Karma Bhav, Jnana Bhav, the path of sense gratification and mental speculation, these are but shadows. It's like every substance, everything, real thing in this world has a shadow. So when we speak of Vedic knowledge, the actual substance, the reality, is Krishna Bhakti. But there is a shadow in the form of Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda. For those who are desirous not of serving the Lord, but imitating Him. So the Vedas teach these other paths, karma and jnana, to somehow get them at least to hear from Vedic authorities. There is in the Rig Veda an interesting statement which is about the Shabda itself, the spiritual sound, Vach. What is Vach? So it says that the sages follow the tracks, the path of Goddess Vach. How did they follow? They followed by the process of yajna, sacrifice. And where did that lead them? That led them to the great authorities, the great rishis, those who are givers of Vedic knowledge. So, this is the Vedic process. One may have desires, karma, jnana, and so sacrifices are given. The Shabda proposes, yes. If you want to satisfy these desires, go to heaven, perform yajna. But this process will lead you eventually to the lotus feet of great sages, and they will instruct you properly. Give up these separate material desires. Simply worship Krishna. Unfortunately, Vishwamitra Muni, because he was also a little bit under the influence of false ego. He was thinking that I have to outdo, I have to surpass Vishishta Muni. So because of this touch of ahankara, abhiman, he could not give Trishanku the right instruction. Trishanku came to him, but he was, in order to prove that I am greater than Vishishta, he was trying to satisfy this ridiculous desire that he may go to heaven in the self-same body. So this is how we get off, even Brahmanas and Kshatriyas, the high-class followers of Vedic culture. This is how they may get off the track. So there is the apparent, it is a shadow. It is a shadow of devotion. There is an apparent surrender to some Brahmana, but because the whole relationship is polluted by some desire, therefore everything comes out wrong, comes out the wrong way. So, the path of pure bhakti then, actually it is not that there is no karma in the sense that there is no work, there is no jnana in the sense that there is no knowledge, but simply that all becomes subordinate to devotional service to Krishna. This is very important to understand. Just like in the very early days when Srila Prabhupada opened the temple in San Francisco. So he was there, and many persons were coming to visit him, these hippies, young people, who turned away from materialistic society looking for something else. So one day, one girl, who later became initiated as Vibhavati Devi Dasi, she heard about Srila Prabhupada. So she came to see. Prabhupada in those days his door was open. So they could come in off the street and speak with him and interview him. So she was ushered into Prabhupada's presence. But at that time, Srila Prabhupada was speaking with Gargamuni Prabhu, who was temple treasurer. And so Prabhupada was going over the accounts and telling him, wait, why did you spend this? Why did you give money for this? So Vibhavati, before she was initiated, this girl, she came in, she was seeing this, and Prabhupada just looked up and motioned, sit down and wait. So she sat down and waited. And then she watched as Prabhupada was chastising Gargamuni. Why do you spend money like this? You should not waste. And on and on. And then going down, and what about this? And what about this? So she was sitting and thinking, because the hippies think like this. And what is this? I've given up the world, I've given up this business, this money, keeping accounts. And I have heard that here is one Swami from India who will teach us about God. I come here and he's simply talking about money. So she was hoping that this talk about money would come to a quick end, but it didn't. It went on, because there were some discrepancies in the accounting. So finally she became upset. And she stood up. She was turning to walk out. She said, I didn't come here for this. I came here to hear about God. And Prabhupada just looked up and said, sit down. You have come to the right place. Just sit down. And then he continued for a little while. Why do you spend like this? And then finally he turned to it. So this is actually bhakti. This is the right teaching, the right Vedic understanding. Yes, ISKCON is the right place. Not that someone should say, oh, Sri Sanghu, he wanted to go to heaven, and look what you've done here in Mayapur. You've made your own heaven. He wanted to go to heaven himself, same body up there, but you have made a heaven here. It's a nice park, some big buildings, and you're walking around, enjoying life. Restaurant is there. So you're enjoying. So what is the difference? No. The point is that we are not. It is not like Sri Shankara who wanted to go to heaven to gratify his senses. This may be, surely, this Mayapur Dham, somewhere in some corner, in some rice field, there are all the heavenly planets. Hiding, ashamed to come out. Because their opulence is nothing compared to the opulence of the Lord's holy power. So certainly, yes, all opulence is here. But the devotees are Krishna's servants. They have no other business except to serve the Lord. So this should not be misunderstood. And by engaging also the karma, the work, the jnana, the intelligence, everything in Krishna's service. And then the real nature, the real svabhava, the real nature of the soul. What is that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said? That jivera svabhava, Krishna das abhimana. It is similar to that famous jivera svabhava. So, jivera svabhava, the actual svabhava or nature of the living entity, is simply his abhiman, his identity is simply to be Krishna das. So, we are trying to serve. That is the position. Those who have come to Sri Mayapur, our position is simply to serve the actual servants of Krishna. Just like today is the appearance day of Sri Radhakar. Panchatattva, these are the actual devotees of the Supreme Lord. So we are here to serve them, not to enjoy this place. Gadadhar Pandit, there's one nice story. Gadadhar Pandit was brought by Mukunda Datta into the presence of Pundarik Vidyanidhi. So Gadadhar Pandit was thinking, when he saw Pundarik, who was seated on a very, very opulent bedstead with milk-white canopy over his head. He was being fanned by servants, he was dressed in opulent cloth. He was, I'm just repeating the descriptions, chewing on pan. There was hookah nearby. So seeing all this, he thought, oh, Vishyayi, sense enjoyment. I was told that he is a Vaishnava, but he's enjoying life. So his mind changed. He began to think, this is not very good. So then Mukunda Datta, he could understand, he knew very well his position, and he also understood the mind of Gadadhar Pandit. So he recited some verses from Srimad Bhagavatam. And hearing these verses, Pundarik Vidyanidhi went into such ecstasy, he became overwhelmed. He began to tremble, his hair stood on end, tears were shooting from his eyes, and he lost all control of his bodily functions. And so that by rolling around in ecstasy, all of this opulent paraphernalia was actually smashed. And he was left crying and calling out, Krishna, Krishna, oh my Lord Hari, where are you? So then that Sri Gadadhar Pandit, he could understand, no. He is an most exalted soul. Actually, Pundarik Vidyanidhi, he is Maharaj Rishabhanu, the father of Srimati Radharani. So therefore his abhiman, his identity, is like that. Is lordly, is kingly, but this is all in the service of the Supreme Lord and the Lord's eternal consort, Srimati Radharani. So this is very, very difficult to understand. Very, very difficult. You see, we hear on the one side admonitions, don't become entrapped in opulence, don't fall under the sway of sense gratification. And yet, the Shuddha Vaishnavas, the pure Vaishnavas, sometimes they're manifesting such pastimes, like lordly king. So it is very, very difficult to understand where is the border. So actually we should not try to understand. Prabhupada did actually find, he didn't like this word understand. Just like there was some proposal, temple of understanding. Prabhupada said, what is this? Because understand means mental speculation. So these points cannot be understood by our own anuman. One has to hear from authority the testimony of realized soul. That was also Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's problem. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Jagannath Puri and fainted in ecstasy, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, you read in that section of Chaitanya Charitamrita. He was there with his disciples and they were discussing, speculating about the identity of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh, he is sannyasi, but he is very young very young and handsome. And how will he be able to keep the principles of sannyas? And he's been initiated only in the Bharati Sampradaya. This is not very advanced. So Sarvabhauma was proposing I can reinitiate I can perform reinitiation to the Saraswati Sampradaya, high class. And I can give him instruction in Vedanta. So Gopinath Acharya was there and he chastised. Really, I was talking the other day with Gaur Leela Prabhu about this section of Chaitanya Charitamrita. He said, you know, when I read that, I always, Gopinath Acharya, he seems to be talking like a new bhakta. He meant to say, sometimes you hear new devotees, they're very enthusiastic and they're calling, you fool, you rascal, don't talk like that. Gopinath, he was addressing Sarvabhauma the same way. But you're a fool. How can you speak like this about Mahaprabhu? You don't understand. So then there was some philosophical discussion. Because Gopinath Acharya is saying, he is the avatar. He is the Supreme Lord himself who has come in this age. He is appearing as sannyasi, but you should understand, he is the Ishvara Tattva. He is the actual Supreme Control. So how can you say that? This is, how can you establish this in Shastra? And Gopinath Acharya said, look, you'll never be able to understand. Yeah, I know you're a learned Pandit. You know the three Vedas, you know all the Puranas, you know Mahabharata, Ramayana, everything that you know, but you will know it only from Hanuman, a theoretical point of view. So you'll never be understand. One has to hear the Shabda Brahma from the lotus lips of fully realized souls. Then you can understand the identity of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Sri Gadadhar Pandit, this is how he understood Sri Pundarika Vidyanidhi in that way, with the help of Sri Mukundadasa. So this is our position. We must follow the footsteps of great acharyas, not speculate about the meaning of Shastra as we see. I told the story of Sri Shanku just to illustrate that point. Apparently he was following Shastra. Apparently. By approaching Vashishta Muni as disciple approaches Guru and asking for benediction. Apparently, even his benediction that he requested to go to heaven was something found in Vedic scriptures. But no, actually he is Manora, riding the chariot of the mind. Because the real substance, the real tattva of Vedic Shastra is only one thing, Krishna Bhakti. So, Jivera Swaha, Krishna Das Mavima. One has to become established in this identity, Krishna Das. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada says, in the purport, it is said that one who has unflinching faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which means unflinching faith in the Vaishnava or the pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. So one has to learn what is God, what is devotional service, what is the actual message of the Shastra from the pure Vaishnava, following in their footsteps, following their example, and not make some concocted process. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai, Sridhar Pandit ki jai. Any questions?
About going to the heaven planet in his own body. I heard in the Mahabharata that the brothers, they went to the heaven planet in their own bodies. And how this is explained, it said that it's not possible.
how is that possible? So first point is that yes, in Mahabharata, that statement is there that Pandavas went to heaven. But actually Srila Prabhupada explained that they went to the spiritual world because they are the eternal associates of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So going to the spiritual world in the self-same body, that is certainly possible for the eternal associates. Srila Prabhupada said, wrote in a letter that Arjuna, wherever Krishna displays his Leela in any universe, Arjuna is with Krishna. Just as Krishna is expanded, actually Krishna is passing through innumerable universes, displaying his Leelas one after the other. So Arjuna is similarly expanded. There are unlimited universes, and every one of those universes Krishna's Leelas are passing through. And Arjuna is with Krishna. Actually, just like Krishna has different forms even, there are also different forms of Arjuna. It is not just that Arjuna is only with Krishna, the leader of the Yadu dynasty, Yaduna. But in the Lord's different Vishnu forms, just like in Padma Purana, there is a form of Arjuna called Raktaja mentioned, who fought with Karna, another incarnation of Karna called Svetaja. So this is a whole other aspect, a whole other form of these two personalities, Arjuna and Karna. So Vaishnavas are not ordinary conditioned souls, limited by time, place, circumstance. And so Arjuna is going to the spiritual world, or in other words, we're going to Krishna. It also includes going to Svarga, because there is a form of the Lord who predominates in Svarga Loka. Lord Upendra is worshipped there. So the devotees, they simply want to be with the Lord in all of his different pastimes. And when they have such a pure, unalloyed desire to only be with Krishna, to only participate in his pastimes with him, serve him, then Krishna facilitates that desire. But for ordinary conditioned soul, simply interested in sense gratification, that means he's limited by the bodily concept of life. Therefore he's under the rule of karma. So therefore he cannot go in self-same body to the spiritual world or even heavenly planet. Anything else? Yeah?
Prabhupada said here to some devotees, no man was there at that time, but that our union is with the world Mayapur, develop it and enjoy it.
Yes. Enjoyment, just like Krishna's three transcendental features, Sat, Chit, Ananda. So Ananda or Hladini Shakti, that is the enjoying potency. And the living energy also belongs to Krishna's internal potency, this Antaranga Shakti, which is comprised of these three features. So that is why, like Vedanta Sutra says, Ananda Maya Vyasa. Prabhupada translates that the Lord and the living entity both share this same nature to enjoy. But because we are marginal, we, unlike the Lord, can fall under the control of the Bahiranga Shakti, the external energy, and then we exercise that propensity to enjoy in the wrong way. We're speaking of shadow, there's substance. The substance is the reality, the tattva. So that is where we should enjoy. That is real enjoyment. But when one comes under the shadow, the Maya Shakti, then one's propensity to enjoy simply becomes bad. So yes, that is certainly, there can be no truer statement than that. I have given you the spiritual world, Mayapur, for development and enjoyment. That is the absolute truth. should enjoy as Krishna's servants. It's kind of like Prabhupada gives the example of a house servant in a very, very wealthy man's mansion. So he's enjoying. I mean, he's able to live in such palatial quarters. He's wearing fine clothes. If he's the driver, then he's driving big Rolls Royce or Mercedes 500 car. But why is he doing it? For the pleasure of he's also enjoying, but he's doing it for the pleasure of the master. So as long as he keeps his position, as long as he maintains his position, I'm servant, then he's actually given free reign of the house. Master trusts him completely. Master will give him the keys. Yes, you come and go as you like. Let yourself in, let yourself out. Because you are so fixed in your duty. But if he's deviated, if Master rings for his driver, now I have to go to the important appointment, and no one comes, and he goes downstairs, he sees the car is gone, the driver is gone. What is this? And the maid, the nurse, the maid, the house, the kitchen maid says, oh, I saw him with one young lady, he was driving off. He said he was going to the beach. And then he'll not be the servant very much longer. He'll be out of a job. Because he's transgressed his rightful position. So one can enjoy. As I was saying, what I was saying the other day, Srila Prabhupada, very nice. He was a very nice conversation with Brahmananda Prabhu. So he was speaking of Vaikuntha. And he was telling him how in Vaikuntha, the devotees, they look just like Narayan. That means they're so beautiful with forehead, so handsome, dark, beautiful, like new rain cloud complexion, forearms. And they're sharing all the opulence of Vaikuntha. And they're riding an airplane, transcendental Viman, they're riding. And moreover, next to them is their consort. Each one of them has a consort who is an expansion of Lakshmi. This is their expansion of Lord Narayan. So Lakshmi ji expands as the consorts of these devotees. And these ladies are, well, they're spiritual, they're transcendental. Their bodies are not the apara prakriti. Their bodies is Satchidananda quality. So how beautiful they must be, we cannot imagine. And Srila Prabhupada said, they're very friendly, so they stand very close. Prabhupada used the word crowded. They crowd. In that airplane, there's only a small place. So they're sitting very, very close to the forehand devotee, crowding in and smiling, looking and smiling, big, brilliant smile. And Srila Prabhupada said, so the devotees, they can recognize. They recognize that this lady, she is so beautiful, so attractive. It is not that their deliberated condition means that somehow their powers of perception are stunted or just merged into some kind of impersonal state where they're just like blind men. No, they're seeing everything. They're seeing how beautiful this lady is. And she's sitting so close to me. And she's smiling right in my face. But Prabhupada said the difference between there and here is that they're not distant. They don't become agitated. Why is that? Prabhupada said because they're fully satisfied, chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.